Jeff, what's y'all's schedule like this week? A little different with the idle week?
Yeah, we've changed it up a little bit just because of our health issues, but we still got some good work done today and got good work done yesterday. We'll get good work tomorrow. Just a pretty different schedule just to accommodate the number of injuries.
Did I hear in the radio something that you guys are doing some different kinds of treatments this week?
Just cryotherapy, just something to get our kids' legs back. It's pretty expensive deal, so any boosters out there that wants to contribute to the UTSA football account, we'd appreciate it. But we gotta take some, drastic measures in times when you're just this tired and this beat up and played that many games in a row. And I just felt it was what was best for our kids to get their legs back.
Have you guys done that before, or why go that route?
We never have done it. One, we've never had the financial ability to do it, and we're to a point now we had enough money in our football account to do that. And we've never been this injured. We've never been this beat up. So, drastic times require drastic measures.
You mentioned, I think it's Rashad Wisdom, Brandon Matterson, Mekhi Hart, and Demetrius Allen are all out for the season. Are they all scheduled to come back next year? What's the outlook for them?
Yeah, all four have communicated that. Meach still had eligibility left, but the other ones are going to use the year to get it back on their medical, and we'll get them one more time. So that's exciting. We just got to get through this season.
Are there other guys with some long-term outlooks for the rest of this year, or is everybody else kind of on the mend and potentially going to be making a return?
It hadn't been discussed with anybody else. Those are the only four we brought it up with yet.
Any chance we see Payne Aaron for the UAB matchup? How's he coming along?
It's still to be decided. That was the target date. We hope that is what happens. We'll see. We'll know at the end of this week.
Jeff, I know you guys are doing a little recruiting. Just how important is that this week?
It's always big.
Yeah.
I hope to get out, Thursday and Friday and be at a game in the city. And we've already got guys on the road, and the rest of them are getting out right now. So it's a good time. Again, we hit the bye week at a great time because we're hot. And last year we were hot, and this year we're hot. And that's always a good time to have the logo out. And, the Road Runner's pretty cool. Meet Me's pretty cool, and it's a good time to be recruiting. We've done really well recruiting, so those kids do a great job of helping us recruit. And that's really who the best recruiters are, your own locker room, because they're going to tell their buddies the truth. Coaches, say what you want to. They're recruiters, right? They're going to say probably what the kid wants to hear. I hope our staff would never do that. I hope they would tell it just like it is. But our players are our best recruiters because they're with us every day. And we don't win every game. Like last year, it's pretty easy when you win every game.
Yeah.
Everybody treats each other good. When you've lost a couple of tough heartbreakers like we did, it allows your team to speak to the other players about what they're like when things don't go good, which is our number one culture pillar, integrity. We don't want to be situational. Integrity. We want to be people of character when things are bad and good.
You mentioned all the way back to the preseason that UAB was going to be one of the favorites in this conference. Is it a good time to have an extra week for that team in particular?
Yeah, I still stand by that. I told our team today, it's the most talented team we've played on the road since Texas. I mean, they look like that. They've got just beautiful, long, athletic. They play great defense. They have forever. Offensively, they've got great backs, another great quarterback, another great receiver. They're just UAB, and I still stand by that. They've got 8 returning starters on defense that are seniors. Redshirt seniors. They're old seniors. And I remember saying it at our media day. I thought they should have been picked to win it, and I still stand by that. That's the most talented team that plays the hardest, that has a winning tradition, and we've got to go on the road to do it.
Jeff, when you're talking about the injuries, we don't know all the specifics about what each guy has gone through, but it seems like from the outside, some of these guys come back after getting injured. Is it fair to ask if some of these guys are getting rushed back too soon?
Well, you had to go through every one of them to decide that. Ankle injuries, we've all done it. Once you twist your ankle, you'd have to miss the whole season to get your ankle back right again. When you're making those decisions, it's can you hurt the kid for like a twisted ankle? And now anybody that's just listening to this and doesn't understand sports will be like, oh my gosh, they care about your ankle. Well, if you twisted your ankle, you just realize it's just part of the deal.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably twisted mine today at some point. It swells up and you march on, right? If it's a knee and it's something that could get you injured, there's a difference. And we would never put anybody in harm's way. The ankle injuries would be the only one. I mean, Mekhi sat out for 6 to 7 weeks, and it was his other leg. It wasn't like it was the leg he injured, so I don't know how you could say that. I don't know anybody else that's really. Traylor has continued to try to play through ankle injuries. I'm trying to think on the cuff right now who that would be. T. Haynes tried to play through an ankle injury and re-injured his ankle. So, and some of those with the other ankle. Now you could say there's that whole argument that you're putting so much on the other one, that argument. So yeah, there's always anything's fair when you got a bunch of injuries to talk about, especially when you talk about the health and safety of children.
I think a few weeks ago you said you were just going to kind of look at everything just as a whole. Has there been any, outcome from taking a look at trying to explain all of the number of injuries?
Possibly. We've discussed by them allowing the football in the summers.
Yeah.
Did we do enough flexibility? Did we do enough conditioning? Did we do enough strength training? Did we play too much football? Those are all things we're talking about. You always, during the bye week, take a big, hard, long look. And when you have as many injuries as we've had on the offensive line, that's the first place you're going to start, right? But we had all the running backs, get hurt in the spring.
Yeah.
And so what is that? I mean, all the quarterbacks our first year, like what was that? I mean, you're always looking. And it's like I tell y'all, even when y'all criticize me, I take every bit of criticism seriously. I study it, and if it's valid, I adjust. If it's not valid, I make smart comments to y'all about it the next time I see y'all.
Do you see the potential for Traylor to get back rolling with some time off here? How do you think that's going to impact him going forward?
You can just tell he's frustrated. He's just not healthy, and we're trying to give him as much time as he needs. And luckily, Brendan's getting more healthy, and Kavorian's very fresh. So we've got some time, we think, to get Trey healthy. We got to do that. I feel terrible for the kid, or the young man.
What's the impact to the defense of losing Rashad Wisdom? How does that change things for you guys going forward?
He just gives us confidence. He's loud. He's a great tackler. But man, Kelechi played really well, and Kelechi deserved that. He's a single-digit guy. There are not many single-digit guys that are backups, and we don't see Kelechi as a backup. He's huge on our special teams. He's now obviously a starter on safety, and I know he has one play he wish he had back, but other than that one play, he played a really, it might have been his only minus, I'm not sure of that, but and it wasn't even really him. We busted to get that to him, and the guy he was tackling was a pretty good player.
You mentioned how unorthodox it is to have a single-digit guy who isn't an every week starter. What sort of leadership qualities, how did he earn that respect from his teammates?
Well, you can just tell by his name, he sounds smart, right? I mean, just to say his name, you got to be smart. He's smart, and he's going for a real degree, and he's just different. I mean, he's just a different kid. He has a depth to him that's different, and today will be a good day for me because y'all are speaking to Brendan and him, and I'm going to look like a really smart coach today because that's two really smart guys.
What does he bring on the field in terms of how he replaces Rashad?
He's physical. They're similar. He's physical. He's a great tackler. He knows what's going on. He's confident. He brings that. They all know how smart he is and what a veteran he is. There's a lot of respect for him on the team. Brendan and him are very similar. They've waited their turn, and they're getting their chance right now and just won one of the most exciting games in the history of our short program.
Does he pick up the vocal leadership component that Rashad brought, or does that come from anywhere else?
No, he does. He's very vocal. Kelechi's opinionated. You're gonna hear him. He's gonna give you his thoughts. Now, he's a smart kid, and most of the time he's right, which is why we listen to him. Thank you,
Jeff. Thanks.
Appreciate it.